Hi friends in YouTube land. Today's video is a very different kind of video from anything I've ever made. I dislike videos that spend a lot of time talking about what they're going to show, and so we're going to get right into it. Today's video is about how I roast coffee at home. A number of friends and acquaintances have asked me, so I thought I'd just shoot a video and be easier to explain it. To roast coffee at home the way I do, it's very simple. It takes about 20 minutes or so, and you need 1, 2, 3, 4 things. First thing you need is a heat gun. I already had this. No, this isn't your mom's hair dryer. This is the heat gun that you get at the hardware store. Second thing that you need, that's nice to have, I guess you don't really actually need it, is an El Cheapo metal clip, which I use to clip onto things. The third thing you need to have is a bread machine. This is a thrift store special. It cost me $3.25 on half sale night or half price night at Salvation Army. I think it's important to get the kind that has the square tub, not the larger rectangular ones, so that the beans kind of move around evenly. You're going to want to make sure the paddle in here is metal. There's some that have some weird plastic stuff. And then what you do with this is, and there's a tutorial online that I found somewhere that taught me how to do it. It was very easy. It was basically, I took the thing apart and I took the electronics out of it, and the heating coil, the heating element in there doesn't go on. So all it does is just spin the motor indefinitely. So I didn't even put a switch on it. You just plug it in and it spins, and when I'm done, I unplug it. So that's 3 things. The 4th thing is green coffee beans. Now, shameless plug for somebody else's company. I get all my coffee beans from Bodie Leaf Coffee Trading, which I found online, and they have great service and great beans, and they put stuff on sale quite regularly. I'm sure there's lots of other great sellers of green beans, but I really like them. I have no connection with them except for being a happy customer. So, need to have a heat gun. It's nice to have some kind of metal clamp to rest things on, although it's not totally necessary. The hot-wired bread machine and your green beans. A timer is kind of nice early on. Once you get the hang of it, it's not that big a deal. In goes my bin, or the little thingy. First thing I'm going to do is start just kind of warming the thing up. You can see that I just set this in here. And it's not even spinning yet. Now we have motion. So how many cups of coffee beans can you put in there? It's a little bit trial and error. I found if you put a whole pound in this thing, I can roast it, but they're a little bit more uneven. So I found that if I put in beans to where when the little paddle is spinning, and you can still see a little gap between the center of the post and the swirling mass of beans, so you can sort of see all the way through to the bottom a little bit. That usually turns out to be about the right amount. As the beans roast, they get bigger. That's something to remember. Another thing to remember is as the beans roast, they give off smoke. So we're not going to do this inside. We're out in the shop, obviously, where there are no smoke detectors because this is a welding shop. So I have a 1 cup measuring thing here. Normally I just sort of do it by eye, but just so people get a sense. We're roasting some Sumatra Mandeling today, which is a phenomenal bean. I'm looking through here, making sure there's nothing funny looking. There's 1 cup. Two cups. That's about 2.5 cups. And you can see, you can still see all the way through to the bottom a little bit as they go around. So I'm going to start a timer now, just so people can get a sense for how long this takes. So, getting a little bit darker. A little darker yet. The getting closer to first crack. So, I don't know if you can hear it. There's faint popcorn sounds. Hear that? Yeah, that's what they're like. Making smoke now. So first crack is done. It's creeping into second crack here. You can stop this just about any time. So a lot of smoke coming off now. I think it's probably time for us to pull this and cool it off quite quickly. Alright, here's my incredibly fancy quick coffee cooler offer. Yes, that's a box fan. Blows chaff off, cools the coffee. Still a little warm, not bad. That looks very drinkable. There's a few dark ones in there from when I briefly stopped the rotation of the beans, but I forgot to turn off the heat gun. So I'll go pick those out. That's my fault, and of course, that doesn't usually happen. But 15 minutes or so, and we've got some pretty drinkable coffee. We'll let this rest and degas for a couple of days, and Sumatra Mandling will be in my pot.